have an industry presentation by Dr. Prem Das Maheshwari, Business Director, D2L South Asia. Can I have Dr. Prem Das Maheshwari on the stage, please?
Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. Prem Maheshwari. I'm the Business Director for South Asia for this company called D2L, or Desire to Learn. Now, the context of this brief presentation today, is, of course, we're talking about COVID these days, and we're talking about three eras: BC, DC, and AC. Before COVID, during COVID, and after COVID. The entire education scenario has actually changed because of these three eras. And today, DC, COVID is still continuing. I think one of the important and critical factor for K-12 schools in our country is how do we manage a combination of kabhi khushi, kabhi gum, which is kabhi online, kabhi on campus. The dilemma is on, not all these students are available in these schools. New education policy is around. We are focusing on both online and on-campus education, and therefore, it is absolutely important and critical for all of us who are part of the K-12 education sector in India is to see how do we manage a basic engagement between the teachers, the school management, the faculties, as also the students and their parents, so that the proper learning, whether it is on campus or whether it is completely online, partly online, all that engagement and it should be managed perfectly well. And that is possible essentially if instead of actually working in silos, we start adapting to a robust learning management platform, and therefore this presentation to all of you. As I mentioned, I come from this company called D2L, formerly called as Desire to Learn. We are a Canada headquartered company, headquartered in a place called Kitchener, close to Toronto. One of the best learning management platforms. We are a completely SaaS-based, cloud-based learning management system. And many schools across the globe, including many schools, higher education institutions and corporations in India, have adopted Brightspace by D2L as their learning management platform because it does away with a lot of other small piecemeal approaches these schools have had to follow during pandemic. Some schools adopted Zoom as technology to communicate with the students. Some schools had Teams. Some schools had other products, Microsoft classes, all variety of products. But the problem which majorly was faced by these institutions, K-12 schools, was that there was no common platform with a single sign-on which could handle all the critical aspects of learning, which is basically content management, content creation, managing the engaging content with the students, carrying on the classes, giving assignments, correcting those assignments, grading all the assignments, and data analytics. There was nothing in common which helped the institutions to collate all these various activities into one, and therefore they had a lot of challenges. And some schools at that point in time adopted learning management platforms. And there are many learning management platforms available. Some of them are part of certain ERP solutions. Some of them are standalone learning management platforms like Brightspace by D2L. So I think the idea is to introduce D2L to you, which is one of the very robust learning management platform adapted in terms of the requirements of our K-12 schools in India. Now, D2L, as I mentioned, is a SaaS-based learning management platform. We have more than 15 million learners learning on this platform across the globe simultaneously. 20 plus years of existence in the world. 40 plus countries is where we are present, including a major presence in Asia and in our own country, which is India. 1,000 plus employees working with this company worldwide, and 1,000 plus customers, which includes many of these state governments running this platform for these state schools and many other private institutions and schools using this platform successfully across the globe, including India. Now, as I was mentioning, there have been challenges, both pre-COVID, during COVID, and of course after COVID, when we are heading towards a hybrid model of education, partly online and partly on campus. The idea is that the challenges that students, teachers and faculties, and the school and institution leadership were facing, are facing, and how do we use technology-enabled platforms to help these three key stakeholders in the learning ecosystem to transform into an innovative learning management system. Now, student and their parents, have had challenges. One was that they were disconnected with the schools. And that was the reason that in every parent-teacher meeting, it used to be torturous for the teachers, for the school managements to interact with parents and vice versa. Also, overwhelming content. Immense amount of content is available to the students, not the relevant one. All sorts of books, all sorts of learning materials, all sorts of tuitions, coaching. Everything is available out in the market. And the problem was that students were overwhelmed with humongous amount of content. And also, the way and modus operandi these students were going through in their classes was essentially teachers coming onto a platform like this, delivering lecture, and not actually helping students individually or personally to sieve through the entire learning process. Using technology platforms like D2L, Brightspace by D2L, all that can be achieved. All that can be innovatively achieved using connected teachers and students ratio. And highly personalized, individualized, and engaged learning can be achieved using this platform. I'll tell you all that in a minute. Teachers were again overwhelmed because they were actually involved in a lot of mundane, routine administrative jobs of collating the attendance, collating the grades, correcting the assignments, preparing for the final examinations, so on and so forth. Now, the idea was that all these processes were manual, and teachers actually were not using their quality time in teaching and learning. They were using this quality time in managing all these administrative tasks. Using a robust learning management platform like Brightspace by D2L can actually enable teachers to use that time only and only for quality teaching. Similarly, the school leadership, school managements had this issue and problem that they had disintegrated system. They were working in silos. They were not able to understand what the teacher is teaching in the class, how learning is happening, how students are interacting, absolutely disconnected. Using technological platform can do away with all these issues. This learning management platform, D2L, Brightspace by D2L, has been a recipient since past 3 consecutive years of this iCodie Award for being the best learning management platform for K-12 schools worldwide. And we pride in mentioning that the way the system has evolved, all the key stakeholders in the education system, be they the parents, teachers, students, school managements, everyone is so happy using the system because everyone feels connected. So the idea is, how do we use these variety of collaborative tools to ensure that proper school education is happening? The idea is, one, we need tools to improve the student retention in their outcomes. And today, new education policy essentially is talking about outcome-based education or competency-enhanced or competency-based education. How do you do that? Manually tracking competencies of each and every student is next to impossible. There are 600, 700 competencies that eventually would be required to be tracked for each and every individual students in your schools. Using technology platform can actually enable linking the competencies that you wish students to attain during their learning journey with the content and with the assessments, thereby tracking each and every individualized and personalized competency enhancement is absolutely possible using systems like Brightspace. Also, we need to ensure that proper capabilities in order to engage students are there. Now today, when teachers teach in the class, they don't no more teach static content. The content that is taught in the classrooms is very, very engaging. So teachers, normally what they like to do is to enhance their content using some YouTube videos, some internet-based materials, some research papers, some live quizzes. All that needs to be integrated into the existing content. That, of course, is practically not possible using the traditional way of learning and teaching. Using platforms like this can always help teachers to change, add, delete, modify, substitute the learning content the way they like, the way they want, when they want, without the help of any IT person or persons. And they can do it themselves using inbuilt technologies. In a few seconds that you can create and co-create the content the way that you like. Even there are worries. As a teacher, the content may be resting. Some teachers may have some PowerPoint presentations, some teachers may have some PDFs, some teachers may have different formats where they have stored their content and learning material. All that can be integrated into one and be transferred onto a single learning management platform, makes life easy for everyone. Automated notifications, automated communication to students to and fro. You could actually record on your mobile in a selfie mode, a simple assignment, give it to the students. Students will complete the assignment, even record back their submissions completely online using their mobile phones. It comes to you, you correct it, grade it, automatically gets passed on. So it saves a lot of time, which otherwise as teachers, as principals, you waste in mundane activities. One of the other challenges that most of the schools are facing is that we are using Zoom, we are using Microsoft Teams, we are using some product. During pandemic, that was the option that we had. How do we now integrate the existing tools that we are using into a new learning management platform? And that also is possible because we are one of the best integrators across the globe. We have integrated more than 800 different types of third-party service providers into the platform so that there's a single sign-on used by the faculties and the teachers to integrate any such kind of tools that you've been using in the past and you still want to continue to use. We can integrate those systems into this platform. We can also integrate your existing SISs, school information systems, into the platform so that there's a single sign-on and life becomes easy for every stakeholder. And therefore, a nutshell, why people love Brightspace by D2L worldwide is exceptional student experience, because everything is outcome related, and today's students are very smart. They were born amidst technology. They understand how to use technology. They feel more engaged, connected with the teachers and vice versa, and their colleagues once they've started using machine learning or digitized learning to get connected with the schools and the principals and the teachers and parents. We are a 100% UGC compliant platform, as also we are compliant with most of the boards internationally and nationally, be it CBSE or ICSE or any other board that is available in the country. We are completely based around competency-based learning or CBE-based learning, which is woven around the new education policies mandate, and therefore tomorrow, when this is compulsory for your schools, you need to follow a mandatory CBE-based education, and then if you are on a platform like this, life becomes easy because automated reports can be generated for compliance purposes. We, as a company, is more of a partner, education partner, not as a vendor. We have a very, very strong footprint in the country, 6 offices. We have a booth outside with my colleagues sitting there. Once you're free during tea time, do visit them, understand how this technology works for you. The idea is that you take this information back to your schools, discuss with your school managements, understand, and we will be happy to organize a one-on-one demo with your school management. Have a look at the platform, real platform, how all these things that I just mentioned are used eminently well on this platform. Another beautiful feature this platform is worry-free technology, which means that immense amount of data analytics is available on the platform. So the data analytics help you to generate a wide variety of reports. There are more than 100 types of reports you can generate for each and every student, each and every class, each and every group of students, each and every section. That helps you monitor at-risk students, which means that in a typical class or a section of students, you could identify who are at-risk students, and therefore, using artificial intelligence-led tools built onto the platform automatically provides additional inputs to such students who are weak. It can also help you identify the topics or even subtopics where the students are finding difficulty in comprehending the learning material. So all those facilities are available on the platform. So the idea is that be you a first-time user of technology or you are a matured, power user of technology because of pandemic, you've used large number of technological tools, doesn't matter. Whichever stage you are at, the idea is this technology is so helpful in adaptation that any kind of person, old, young, new, every person is easily adapted to this technology because it's available onto your mobile. The idea is that we have to reach every learner, and that's very, very important and critical. Every learner should be able to receive equal amount of educational inputs. Individualized, personalized education is the buzzword going forward in future. Once we start facing the mandates of new education policy, technology-enabled learning is going to stay in future, and therefore it's imperative for us, for you, for me, everyone in this room to start adapting new technologies, advanced technologies, and help everyone in the learning ecosystem, learning journey, be they the management, the students, the parents, teachers, faculties, everyone in the learning ecosystem to feel and experience the same technological advantage as we traverse through the learning journey of the learning ecosystem in your schools and institutions. Thank you very much. In case if there's any question, I'll be happy to answer. Else, we have a booth outside. I'll be happy that in case you have some queries, questions, please drop your cards there. And should you be interested in organizing a demo, we can organize that through Zoom or in person, whichever is possible. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Maheshwari. That was really nice. In fact, I would like to ask you just for a moment that if you can stay here. I would like to invite Mr. Sunil Kumar once again on stage, our senior manager and a very senior colleague at Elets Technomedia, to present Dr. Prem Das Maheshwari, Business Director, D2L South Asia, with a token of gratitude. Round of applause again for Dr. Prem Das Maheshwari, please. Thank you so much, Dr. Maheshwari.